Imagine you're in a room full of senior leaders, and they ask you, tell us about a time your team almost failed. What did you do? Freeze. Your heart races. But what if you had a ready-made cheat sheet of perfect answers? That's why, in this video we'll walk you through a comprehensive Scrum Master interview cheat sheet. We'll cover every core topic, from conflict resolution to metrics to coaching, and we'll show you exactly what to say. Whether you're a newbie or an experienced Scrum Master, this will help you stand out. But why does this cheat sheet work? Interviews are stressful. Even experienced Scrum Masters get tripped up by behavioral questions. So, this cheat sheet gives you prepped answers with structure, real-life Scrum situations, the mindset behind each answer. We'll group the questions into 8 categories. By the end, you'll have a mental framework to crush any question that comes your way. So, stick around till the end. The very first category is Scrum Mastery. These questions test your core Scrum knowledge and real-world application. Question 1. Describe a conflict in your team and how you kept them focused on sprint goals. What to answer? Briefly explain the conflict, e.g., scope disagreement, describe your facilitation, e.g., one-on-one talks, realigning on sprint goal, and share the result, team delivered on time. Emphasize your neutrality, you're there to guide, not take sides. Empathy and assertiveness go hand in hand here. Question 2. How do you handle situations when the product owner is unavailable or unclear? What to answer? Mention proactive communication, daily check-ins, backlog refinement workshops, and elevating urgent clarifications to stakeholders, ensuring no blockers. You can even mention how you coach the product owner to become more responsive over time without stepping on their role. Question 3. Tell us about coaching a team member resistant to Agile. How did you manage? What to answer? Share empathy, listening to concerns, providing training sessions, paired them with Agile champions, and highlighted small wins to build trust. Highlight patience and persistence. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. Which of these 3 questions do you get asked most often? Let us know in the comments. Next category is leadership. Here, they look for how you inspire and guide the team. Question 1. How do you build trust and foster collaboration? What to answer? Talk about transparency, open sprint reviews, admitting your own mistakes, encouraging peer feedback, and celebrating successes together. Trust builds over time, so mention how you check in with team health indicators regularly. Question 2. Describe a time you led a team through significant change. What strategies did you use? What to answer? Outline the change, new tool/process, detail your plan, training, phased rollout, and share measurable improvement, reduce defects, faster delivery. Highlight how you monitored morale and ensured psychological safety during the change. Question 3. How do you handle a team not aligned on sprint goals? What to answer? Explain you'd facilitate a goal-setting workshop, use visual aids, task boards, and ensure shared understanding before the sprint starts. Talk about how you revisit the goal mid-sprint to keep everyone aligned. Here is tip: mention soft skills here. Active listening, emotional intelligence, and adaptability go a long way. Next category is stakeholder management. These questions test your ability to work with people outside your team. Question 1. How do you keep stakeholders engaged throughout the sprint? What to answer? Describe regular demos, concise status updates, and inviting them to sprint planning to gather early feedback. Mention customizing communication based on stakeholder interest. Some want detail, others just the big picture. Question 2. Tell us about a time a stakeholder had different expectations. How did you resolve it? What to answer? Share how you listened actively, clarified priorities, negotiated a compromise, and documented the new agreement. You could add how you used visuals or mock-ups to align expectations early. Question 3. How do you manage multiple stakeholders with conflicting priorities? What to answer? Talk about using a RACI matrix or Moscow prioritization. Facilitating workshops to rank features, and ensuring transparency in decisions. Show how you act as a bridge, not just between team and PO, but between all external voices. Here is a tip: pause and jot down one real stakeholder story you've had. You'll probably use it in at least 3 answers. Next category is process improvement. Here they want to know how you make the team better over time. Question 1. What steps do you take to identify process inefficiencies, and how do you prioritize them? What to answer? Mention data from retrospectives, metrics, cycle time, velocity, root cause analysis, and prioritizing by impact versus effort. You can also mention using retrospection themes to spot recurring bottlenecks. Question 2. How do you foster continuous improvement beyond retrospectives? What to answer? Describe creating improvement backlogs, quick experiments, Kaizen events, and sharing lessons in community of practice sessions. Don't forget informal practices, like feedback walls or fail-fast storytelling. Question 3. Describe a process improvement you implemented that improved sprint outcomes. What to answer? Pick one example, e.g., introduced definition of ready. Explain steps taken, and share the result, reduced sprint spillover by X%. Mention how you ensured the improvement became a habit, not a one-off. Here is a tip: use metrics to back up your story. We reduced story spillover from 30% to 10%. Sounds solid. Next category is metrics and reporting. This category question shows you use data, not just opinions. Question 1. How do you determine if a sprint was successful beyond completed stories? What to answer? Talk about customer feedback, team health checks, engagement, happiness, and business metrics like ROI or time to market. Share how you collect that feedback, surveys, post-sprint reflection forms, etc. Question 2. What tools have you used for tracking sprint progress? What to answer? Name tools, Jira, Azure DevOps, and explain how you customize dashboards and burn down charts for your audience. Don't just name drop, explain how those tools help you adapt mid-sprint if needed. Question 3. Give an example where metrics showed unexpected results. What did you do? What to answer? Share a time velocity dropped unexpectedly, investigated blocker trends, adjusted process, and recovered performance. It's okay to admit surprises. What matters is how quickly you respond and learn. Here is a note: make sure you show how you turn data into decisions. Next category is problem solving. This category question talks about how you can handle surprises. Question 1. Tell us about a time an external dependency affected delivery. How did you mitigate it? What to answer? Describe identifying the risk early, opening communication with the dependency owner, creating a contingency plan, and adjusting scope. Mention creating visibility through a dependency board or roadmap. Question 2. How do you handle scope creep while still delivering value? What to answer? Explain you keep the sprint goal sacred, negotiate new work for the next sprint, and use the change control board if needed. Reaffirm that saying no is a Scrum Master skill, not an obstacle. Question 3. Describe handling an underperforming team member during a sprint. What to answer? Talk about private coaching, pairing them with strong performers, and setting clear, measurable improvement goals. Emphasize psychological safety: no blame, just improvement. Here is a tip: problem solving is less about the solution and more about how you approach it. Next category is team coaching. This category question talks about your role as their guide and mentor. Question 1. How do you help your team improve agile practices when stuck in old habits? What to answer? Share how you run workshops, introduce new games or exercises, e.g., planning poker, and set team improvement goals. Mention how you track progress, not just what you introduced. Question 2. Example of a team that struggled: what steps did you take? What to answer? Pick one case, assess maturity, provided training, set up regular coaching sessions, and tracked progress via metrics. Don't forget to show how you got team buy-in first. Question 3. How do you encourage cross-functional collaboration and knowledge sharing? What to answer? Mention rotating roles, lunch and learn sessions, and coding/do demo pairings between developers and testers. Add how shared sprint goals help create a team-first mindset. And last category is communication. This category question is clear talk to keep things on track. Question 1. How do you ensure all team members, including remote ones, have a voice? What to answer? Describe using video calls, chat channels, anonymous feedback tools, and rotating meeting facilitators. Highlight async tools like Loom or Confluence for inclusion across time zones. Question 2. How would you handle team members unwilling to speak up in retrospectives? What to answer? Explain using silent brainstorming, sticky notes, smaller breakout groups, and one-on-one check-ins. Mention setting the tone by showing vulnerability yourself. Question 3. What strategies maintain transparent communication with devs and stakeholders? What to answer? Talk about transparent backlogs, regular demos, stakeholder Q&A sessions, and clear decision logs. Add how you avoid misalignment by recapping decisions in writing. Here are final tips. Use the STAR method. Structure every answer, it helps you stay focused. Be specific. Generic answers don't help anyone. Real examples win interviews. Show impact. Always mention results or improvements, even small wins matter. Stay honest. If you lack direct experience, explain how you'd approach the situation with logic. Practice out loud. You'll sound natural, confident, and connected. Interviewers will notice. If you found this cheat sheet helpful, smash the like button, subscribe for more agile career tips, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Got your own interview stories? Drop them in the comment. We'd love to hear how you answered these questions.